if you're new, please do consider liking, sharing, and definitely subscribing to the platform. And if you're a member of the platform, massive respect to you that continue to push the videos far and wide. So as you saw by the title, we have asked a few questions, and then we are going to dig into a few more questions right here, and also a few comments that that was actually left on the previous video. This video will run 30 minutes as what we had stated yesterday, going forward on the programs. Yes. All right, so let me know your thoughts in the comment section ASAP on the actual conversation. So Dujuan Richards added to this roster according to multiple sources. So let me make sure we put that right there, and then we get into what Dujuan Richards did, then ask the question, is it deserved? And then we go on to the coach's statements that he made and how much time he goes back on his words and all of those things. I'm going to try my best to fit it in 30 minutes because I think it's easy to fit in 30 minutes. 1 second. All right, 1 second, guys. Let me get that up and running for you. Thanks everyone that's coming in. Massive respect. All right, so let me just give it to you right here. So as it stated here, Justin Dujuan Richards added to the Reggae Boyz squad list and will meet up with the rest of his teammates in Curacao. He will travel from London to Curacao. So that's the word that they put out right there, and several other sources confirmed it. All right, but to be honest, it's not hard for me to say confirmed it, because I thought a month and a half ago I told you guys that the coach went to look at, someone told me that the coach went to look at this player even before he was ready to play football. And I remembered on my same program, Travis Pessoa came here and said, anybody saying that, and we always making up stories, and that's why I said I just want to stick with the facts or whatever I've been told, and I want to give to my fans. All right, so sometimes when you see some people come on my platform, they're here to interrupt me. All right, so I want you guys to remember when I had said this same thing, because I got it from reliable source, and I said that you will see him in the team. Any opportunity they get to put him in the team. Yesterday I had said over the other kid I would put Whisper in the team. So yesterday I had said if I had one spot, I would have actually put him in the team rather than Seymour Reed. Remember? So it's just yesterday, short video. You don't have to skip through anything. I did say that yesterday, and come hours after we heard that's the situation. Let me give you what Dujuan Richards did since coming back. All right, so Dujuan Richards had played his first game on the 18th of August 2025 in a win over Manchester City, 3-1. He never scored in that one, but after that he scored against Newcastle. He got a goal against Newcastle, 5-1 that one was, and then he got a goal against Aston Villa. Then he played 3 other games: Ipswich, Stoke, and Burnley, and he never scored in any one of those. But if you watch the games, I've not watched all 3 of them, but I watched only one. All right, only one. All right, yes, he looks if you're to compare him with Jamaican players, he looks solid. But if you have to compare him to his peers, I think you can still see that he has lost a step, and it's going to take him a little while to get that step back. And this is U21s. Will it translate to CONCACAF level of men's football? I want to say that he's going to still look like he lost a step as to what he had done from before, like the explosive sides and stuff. It looks like it's taking a little while to come to that level, but he did get a few games under his belt, and as what I've said, out of all the kids them that I know, I still believe that he's the best out of all of them. I think that Dixon have a higher IQ than him. That is true, but Dixon's other football abilities might not come through above him, so he still passes Dixon. So if I have to choose one, I would have chosen one. All right, but let me know if you are okay with this selection, or you're saying that it is not justified because you have several individuals that could have fulfilled those spots. Let me know. For me, what I would say, if you put the metrics in and say you have to be biased in your selection, and you have to put local players in the team, and then you pull out your calculator after, he would have been the first choice. But today I can't pick him over Jamal Lowe, none at all. I think Jamal Lowe is performing very, very well. Jamal Lowe is performing very well. At this present moment, he's actually playing with Bailey Kadamatieri. He's actually playing with Bailey Kadamatieri as a upfront double striker system, and he is a solid option. So I would say that Jamal Lowe, if we're going to go for a striker, Jamal Lowe would be the perfect example to add in it if you desperately want a striker. I don't think Jamaica is short of a striker, but obviously a striker winger, because he does play winger as well. So I think that this is not a fix. It's not a fix. A problem situation. I think this is more of a forceful inclusion. Based on what I know, I think that this is a more a forceful inclusion rather than a fix a problem. All right, because I don't think he's coming in to fix any problem. Because wingers, you have Leon Bailey, you have Damara Gray, you just have our young kid Campbell, and then you have Cephas. The only person out of that he's better than, I would say, Cephas. I still believe that he's better than Cephas today, because Cephas just doesn't have football fundamentals. And one thing we can say with Whisper, he is blessed with football fundamentals. He has a lot of other deficiencies that might work out in the future, but he's better than Cephas today. Even coming back from injury, I would still pick him over Cephas 1000%. All right, so I do say if you have to make certain forceful selection, I would say I would pick him over any local player. I've said that over the years, and I can't change. I saw him played. He can control, he can pass a football, and he has certain fundamentals. And 95% of the local players, they don't have it. It doesn't matter what people will tell you. Once you see the real truth, you will know that Whisper has more fundamentals over all of these players. Even Flemings is better than Cephas. Yes, Flemings I would add in the team over Cephas as well. All right, you have a lot of players. Jamaica, as what I've said, Jamaica doesn't have a player problem. Jamaica has a ego problem. Jamaica Football Federation. Let me make it very clear. So not Jamaica itself, because I don't know nothing about Jamaica. I've not been there for the longest time. But based on what I've seen from the selection, I think Jamaica don't have a player problem. They have an ego problem. So the problem is you have one side of the fraction of the selection that is extremely educated in football, and you have an entire football federation that doesn't know anything about elite level football. So they are in fear of dealing with certain level of people. So once those people come around, i.e. like the Ravel Morrison, that everyone says that he's extremely good at football, he will question things, and they don't like you to question things. You saw Splat them back in the days question things, and it caused all sorts of stories. You understand me? The problem is Jamaica get a blessing, but their ego is so big, the blessing comes as a curse to them. Because what I'm looking at now, when we were saying that Al Grimson should have left, we want Al Grimson out because of bad football, I think this coach came in to stop English players from coming to Jamaica. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I actually think that this coach comes in to regulate the field. All right, he comes in to regulate the field. That's why he made sure to tell you that he's picking all of these local players. He picks the most local players. He comes in to regulate the field because Mr. Spade said nobody will come back again. On my program, he said that nobody will come back again and talk about Jamaican players ain't good enough because John Wall said that and Hal Grimson said that King wasn't good enough. King should work on his craft in Iceland. So, because those guys wanted Jamaica to be the best version of themselves, and they saw the only way to get the best version of themselves was to go for the best players so they can compete with the competition. But Mr. Spade and those guys said, oh, they never tried. They never tried with youths. No, they tried. They know how to assess players. You understand me? So this coach comes in to make sure what Mr. Spade wants goes. Because he said that he never told me that alone. He told you that on my program. And this coach is coming to do the same thing. Janara Johnson the other day, the statement from the coach, oh, some of these players ain't playing, so I'm not going to take them. Right after Janara Johnson got several games, a lot of them got a lot of games. All right, so I'm going to give you some facts here, and you're going to be shocked because Janara Johnson got the games that he needed and actually outperform Dixon. But yet still, he changed his motto. Not about the games that you're getting. He's not tweaking too much things. So he's not bringing in no new players. Then he brought in 2 new players after. But those 2 new players are locally born. so it comes down to the fear of foreigners, which is the definition for xenophobia. All right, and also just the programming that they want to work. But my question to ask right there, will this work? Because it better work, what you're putting in better work, because if it doesn't work, it's just going to become chaotic from this point. Because what you're going to do, you're going to have players from quality regions, which is England, will start to say that it makes no sense. Like Beckford, like when Beckford did interview and said, we could have done so good, but this love affair with just putting in a local player in the team and not trying to get the other players. This is what Beckford said. Beckford played a million years ago for Jamaica. You don't realize it's the same thing happening today. So they're saying the same thing. They just don't talk about it publicly, and maybe they will do in the future as well. So I'm hoping that what they're trying actually works, because if Beckford could have made this statement 10 years ago, 15 years ago, it tells you that they tried it already, but we never went back to any World Cup. So it failed before. You understand me? So you can't say this is something new you're trying, because one of the actual players in the last regime said the same thing. He's kind of confused because he saw a lot of people, he told him to come and play for Jamaica and they were ready and never got any call, and they go for a system that kind of limit the ability of the team. So the truth is, everybody wants Jamaica to be good, but everybody have a different way to go there. The only difference is every football educated person knows the exact way to get there and trying to go that direction, and every non-educated person that's in position have a way to get there, but it's extremely xenophobic. That is it in a nutshell. And so if they don't reach anywhere, it's sad. And if they should reach anywhere, they have to be carried by the better version of the actual team, which is a big weight on the back of the team. All right, so that's how it is. So for me, as what I've said, Whisper is definitely one of the best talents coming out of Jamaica for the last 6, 7, 8 years. That is 100%. So that's how it is. But if you ask me if he should be added to the team, I would say no. He doesn't deserve to be in the team on merit. But at the same time, Jamaica's national team doesn't really have a high standard. So and in that low standard, he is a high bar in that low standard. So based off that metrics, yes, he deserves to be in it. But any other reasonable, rational worldwide standard, he wouldn't be he wouldn't deserve to make it, in my opinion. But he does have the talent, and any local talent should come out and be some seriously quality player that can compete with worldwide level players. It would have been Dujuan Richards 1000%. All right, yes. Let me that's for the Dujuan Richards. So I'm gonna take the questions them on the Dujuan Richards. People that's watching this portion of the video, please leave your thoughts in the comment section. And then we move on to the coach hypocrisy. Then we will talk about that, and then I'm done on the 30-minute mark. If you just came in, you like how we are formatting the video, definitely drop a like on the video, share and subscribe. I think 30 minutes is enough for me to get my point across, get enough comments, and then whatever left, people will leave it in the comment section. I think the 2-hour videos and the 15 hours videos don't worth it, because I don't think Jamaica is that good at football for me to exert so much time. I think I can take the additional time and educate myself more in football and provide it to you guys. But at least I will clear the bar every day I do come on in 30 minutes. That is long enough if it's not match day, pre-match and post-match. All right? Yeah, man. Whisper is a good player, but would bring in all instead of this. So you would say you would look at the problem position and fulfill the problem position. Totally agree with you. Nico O'Reilly was refused for our U20, got called up for England senior squad. That is embarrassing if that is exactly how it went, but I would not doubt you if that's how it goes, you know, because I know those things. All right. Bro, I got 113 all right. Which of the striker is going to play in midfield? I don't think none of the strikers will play in midfield. Grand Rising, Sir JD. Blessings. All right. How you doing, man? Mr. Deadly. Yeah, man. I'm here. Just trying to bring forward what I said I'm going to be doing. Some changes here and there. Yeah. But I think, all right. So we don't have much questions on that. I think a lot of people agree that he's the most talented Jamaican kid, but wouldn't necessarily make the team for you guys. And let me know. All right. Real Ball said, JD, this coach always like the kid. All coaches are like that for particular reasons. Who knows? I never ask you that, you know. I ask you if he deserves to make the team based on footballing reasons, but you are always talking in joining up, you know. Best to stay in the WhatsApp group, you know, Real Baller. That's all I'm going to tell you, because I am here talking football. So talk the football to me, or, you know, it is what it is, Real Baller. Yeah. Because you always come here and tell me about people like people. What is wrong with you, dude? This brother, that's why I have to always kick off with him, you know, just focus on the damn story that I'm selling. All right. Black Specimen, thanks for being here. Massive respect. All right. Whisper back in the starting 11. I won't go to the starting 11. All right. I will just give you the news. Then Mr. Lulu in the house, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Should not be in the team. Truth says. All right. But if you change the metrics, because that's why I made sure to give a lot of metrics, you know, because I said he's the most talented young kid from locally. So if you have to put a local player in the team, he would be the one to make the team. Remember, I said, guys, go and watch my video. That's why I said I'm done with the long video. All right. I said I'm done with the long video. You get me? So what you need to do now, what you need to do is just go back to my last video. I literally said, I think he would be the one that I would have brought back in the team. So I have no problem to put him in the team if I'm going to tell people that I'm going to work with a quota system and I have to pick a certain amount of young players from Jamaica. That's what I would have done. Yes, that is totally different. All right. Yes. We need midfielders. That's what Jura says. He hasn't been playing, so he he doesn't deserve to make it. But as you said, the standard is in the gutter. Oldgate barely plays for club and he's there. Them are wonderful, well said there. And guys, once you see people being disrespectful, solely because they don't have a brain cell, and you have a lot of commenters that lacks brain cells. They just block them from the channel because it's not everybody deserve to be on the level that we are actually on. All right, and that's why we are changing up things. All right. Um, Jamaica national team is a patty shop. Alex says, JD, what we can say, he maybe can get a lot of support to come to the stadium. I was looking at that as well. But are you trying to qualify for the World Cup, or you're trying to look fans in the stadium? I want to say that you're not the right coach for the national team. Match day, war zone, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. I think after all the snub, all isn't interested anymore. Well, that would say that you're setting up people to push them away. And it comes back to my point that maybe this guy is here to stop these quality players from actually playing for Jamaica rather than helping them to play for Jamaica. Good morning. My opinion is that over the years, Jamaica is short on midfield playmakers apart from Whitmore and Watson. Well, they have a lot of midfielders, as I've said, they don't have a player problem, they have an ego problem, and I've said that before even my last video. Now work with no quota. I think we are clearly seeing that it's a quota system. Who Whisper coming for? Well, they have not posted that here as yet. But what I'm going to do the additional work. So when I'm back for my next installment, then I can give you that update. I have no rush going, people. Taking time, detailing my work, and just leave after the 30 minutes, because I know that a lot of people brain cells starts to fry after 45 minutes. So I can't manage anything after that. Billy, what would be your starting 11 for the first game? It would be completely different because my context would have been different. All right, I know what Jamaica will do, so I know how they're gonna set their lineup as well. All right, I was watching Ball Press TV last night, and Craig Butler said that he's ready to play. He was training for 4 months before he got his full 90 minutes for Chelsea Island. Yes, I did keep you guys up to date on his progression. Remember, Whisper is a clip player that I really like, So that's why I made sure to tell you that he's definitely the best out of all of them. All right, yes. Jamaica can qualify on Tuesday if Trinidad and Curacao draw. Let me give you how it goes. All right, let me give you how it goes. All right, so Jamaica will be playing Curacao in 3 days time, which would be Curaçao's first game. So Jamaica can qualify if Curacao and Trinidad draw. Would be inaccurate because they don't play Trinidad first. So I don't know how that conversation comes up. You don't know what will happen in the actual Jamaica and Curacao game. So I can't even subscribe to that Roger Grant. All right. 5 bus load of Port Royal people coming to the game, Mr. JD. Okay. Real Baller, it's okay. No, it's okay. I have no problem. I would like 15 bus load of people. But the problem is, Real Baller, I don't know if you know, I don't know if you know, but Curacao, Jamaica will not be in Jamaica. So I don't know where the bus load of people going, because they might just go to an empty stadium. All right. Detonation in the house said, I don't see why he should be in the team. He doesn't bring the same contribution as Dixon. Well, that is true as well. All right. So I can't beat you on that. All right. All right. So if Jamaica win both, okay, you go back and tell me, say, if Jamaica win both, okay. So that okay. So why you never started with the actual facts? are what you're telling me, your predictions. But you said if you started with a next game that Curacao will be playing after Jamaica, and saying that if they draw in that game, Jamaica would be qualifying, which would not be the case at all, because currently Jamaica is on 6 points, Curacao is on 4. So it all comes down to what happened in the Curacao game, Curacao Jamaica game, for you to make a conversation like that. JD, I also, this normal Campbell is being overlooked. Norman Campbell, yes, that is true. After 45 minutes, niceness start, we make you laugh. Yes. But sometimes you have a lot of people that their brain cells ain't that well, and it don't really offer fun a lot more things when I could just use that same time. Same time to work on some more football. So if I have a 45 minutes, I can just watch that game and get some more information for you. So that's what I'm going to start doing, rather than just being here trying to go extended to back and forth. It don't really add any value to anything. Kush says, Grand Rising JD, let me see which player is going to play team ball instead of selfish. I think the coach's system makes players selfish, because if you play wing transition football, all you just do, you just put the selfish man them outside to run up and down, and that's what Jamaica always play, because that's what the coach wants to play. He told you that he's going to utilize what Jamaica is good at, speed. But I've seen multiple teams run left Jamaica, so I don't think it's speed. I think you're just making up stories because you saw we have some runners and you just don't want to do your job the right way and implement midfielders and work damn hard. I just think that's the thing. I think at first I heard people saying that he's on vacation, or he's on his pension plan. I wouldn't be surprised if he's on his pension plan, because I don't hear anything progressive from the coach at all. The progressive conversation I'm not hearing. I can't learn nothing at all. I told a commenter that I'm going to answer him, because he said, yes, the coach. Let me make sure I get the commenter first, because I do pride myself on people that took their time to write properly and I can understand them. All right. So clearly they are not one of the man them are losing brain cells. All right. So I have to make sure I take time out to respect those people. So let me get his comment and I explain to him what I was actually saying, because he said, no, JD, the coach was right. So the conversation came from when the coach made a statement, like a guy asked him if Karai Anderson will be in the starting position, and he makes it seems like Karai Anderson is cemented as a player that should just come on as a substitution. So you have substitutes level of players. And I'm saying, and I had said that, no, you should have double set of players that can fit a squad at any given moment. So if one drops out, one can start. You should not just have 3 50-minute players on the bench, and then once the one that can play 75 minutes actually get injured or card suspension, then you don't have anybody else, and then you're scrambling. You get me? So he was saying, let me read his exact words right here. Let me get it right here. So it was Leon Mitchell said, bless up JD. I think the starters and finishers statement is valid from the coach, because a lot of time subs come on and on the pitch in games and make a big difference, like scoring and changing the game. And I said I would explain further what I meant. So fair statement what he's saying. Substitutions can come on to change a game. Yes, that's why you have substitution. I never said you shouldn't have a substitution. I literally said that you should make sure you aim for the same level of quality players, so they're fighting for position. So if one doesn't get the starting position, the hunger that is coming in, it doesn't drop off at all. All right. It's not that the sporadical boost in a lower level player to come on to add something to the team or keep the team afloat. Like, okay, Mikel Antonio comes off, or say Billy Cadamarteri came off in the 75th minute. You have Jamal Lowe coming on for him, or Mikel Antonio, but a similar level of player coming on. So that means you can fulfill the objective more times than not. So that was my statement right there. But brilliant, love it, Mitchell, and love that the people put their comments there. I'm going to start putting that in the show as well. All right. So for the next 1.5 hour of the program that I'm going to skip out, I'm going to take people's comments and make sure I put in the next 30 to 45 minutes that I'm going to be doing on a daily basis. All right. Yes, respect, Mitchell. All right. I have a feeling coach will drop Campbell from the team. If we make the World Cup and bring Dixon and Richards. I have similar feelings as well. In the few, I've said it multiple times, but I will keep that for a next video. Then we have Sean Bass. Massive respect, guys. Yesterday, me and Sean Bass broke down a first installment for Suriname. You can go and watch it on the Wemaxit platform. All right, and that's what it enabled me to do when I do short version streams. It enabled me to cover more content as well. Javan Davis, bless up yourself. Sports on the ball, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Texican, Reginald, Pierre, how you doing, man? Massive respect. Thanks for being here. Miller and JD, Jamaica can qualify if they win both games. I know that. But I was responding to someone else in the chat, and he started from a point of the other game, like Curacao won't be playing Jamaica. You understand me? Fishing with math can make me mad. And that's the first comment you ever made on my channel. So it's going to be hard for me to give you a moderator, to be honest. And I think I have enough moderators now. So let me just work with what's there at this point. Become a part of the program. And once it improves and I do start liking it, then I will add out some more moderators. So that means it will tell us that we are going in the right direction. But no problem. Love that you want to become a moderator of the channel. Massive respect. Float management, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. We have 157 watching, but 43 likes. Guys, you can double tap his screen and the likes will go up. All right. Or just search for the like button and get the likes up. But 50 likes early morning, I have no problem. My main reason is to get information to you lovely people. All right. Richards is an upgrade for Dixon. I do believe that Richards is better than Dixon. Sports on the ball. Yeah, but Dixon still have something that maybe Richard doesn't have, or he will get at some point. The key standard of making the squad is attitude. Warzone, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. All right, jump up. How you doing, man? Do you think the coach is lazy? I actually think so. You know why? He proved to me when he just came in, he had a grace period of 3 months. That he should have shown me that he's doing any research. And he comes here and tell me for the whole 3 months that Merangarden picking the team. Merangarden gets this, Merangarden got that. And then after 4 months, you know what he came in and told me? He came in and told me that his friend was looking at John Russell. And that's how John Russell reached in the team. But John Russell was in his first squad. So he never even knew the player that was in his first squad. And 4 months later, he still never knew of the player. And he took someone else to be assessing the player to get him in the team. So it tells me that he ain't doing anything at all. And you have to prove to me that you're doing something for me to change my factual evidence. So provide more evidence to me, then I can change that conversation. But based on what he showed me, no, he doesn't do anything. And I think he's just here to play the pawn role of a less educated person that's in a position that could make these demands. That's what I think he's on, to be honest. So he's on his what do you call it, pension period, and because he has his education, they hired him for that reason. So what Algrimson didn't want to do and stood up to quality players only, he drops his standard. So he's not a professional to me. All right, because once you go below your standard, you're not a professional to me. All right. JD, one of my friend called the coach red stripe boss. Okay, well, I would not be serious. Hold on, JD. I got to call my pro. All right, then we have Nosage in the building. Big up yourself, Nosage. Hope all is well with you and the family. I think Anglin will get the start. Well, sports on the ball, I would love for them to give Anglin the start. I would celebrate for that moment, because to be honest, these players need to get on the field. They should not be a part of the team if they can't get on the field. You understand me? Because that's what my whole statement. If you can't be a starter, why you be a part of 15%? You understand me? Yes. So I would love for Anglin to be on the field. I think I would rejoice for him to be on the field. I actually would love that. Elric, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. JD, since you're on the side, I've read where General Johnson said he's happy he was placed on provisional squad, but his interest is in Ajax and trying to break into Netherlands. Do you know anything? I will do more research on that before I come back to that statement. All right, if he drops Campbell, he would be a knucklehead. But believe me, Juras, I cannot even hear in the man's statements. Kadama Thierry is single-handedly saved Jamaica from embarrassment in the last 2 games. And the coach comes on talking about Brown. Brother, Warner Brown is an average player. An average JPL player. Let me tell you it straight. He's an average JPL player, brother. You have better strikers in the actual JPL. Obviously, some ain't Jamaican. You understand me? And the man out here just talking about Warner Brown. You understand me? Oh, I miss Warner Brown. I don't want to say what I have to say because what I truly want to say, because maybe I will get sued if I actually say those things, because it might be accusation at that point. But some of these statements that's been made doesn't seem like it's just coming out of, oh, I just want to help local Jamaica, you know? So I'm not going to go further on that. Yes, but Juras, he will do that, of course. You don't see the man do worse than that, man. All right, Princeton, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Man fishing for a wrench. Okay. All right. Good morning. How you doing, AAC? Thanks for being here. I am the head moderator, sir. I am Drew Fortis. All right. All right. Yes, I won't go into other statements because, as I said, I want to keep it professional. The JD coach didn't recognize the name Trivante each time it is mentioned in the press. Yeah, because clearly the man don't watch the players them. Listen to the man talking and you know that he didn't watch anybody at all. He's relying on Simon Preston and the scouts them to get the information and Merriam Garden to pick the team. And he just stands up there and play his pawn role that he actually comes here for. All right, Mr. Man, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. As I said this long time ago. This guy is here to turn young players away. I actually start to see it now because remember, we have seen several quality players came through and people in groups chatting them out. Oh, good. Oh, they're not good. Those are unqualified people as well. That is employed by the JFF. And they are around him. That is extremely lagger-headed. And losing a screw, so they are influencing him not to pick some of the players them. And I know for a fact certain situations, but I would just prefer to not even say anything. But I can tell you, of course, they are pushing away players. Remember, they usually bring in metrics before to get a young player in the team, And I always believe that the Burton, the DM Burton situation, they never wanted it to be repeated because maybe it never helped them to sell as much of their cons that they wanted to be sold over the years. And they are making sure this time one of these players that gets the DM Burton highlight, which is to make the world team, the one and only Jamaican player ever selected for a world team, is a local born player, so they can keep on pushing their false hope that they love to push over and over, in my opinion. Yes, so yeah, I can say those things. Dirty Harry, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. All right. Where is Madasil? I think he might be injured because I never saw him on even the bench as well. So I've not checked up, but maybe he's injured. But we don't have to focus on Madasil. We can just focus on other players because we have several players. Even Gray the other day. I've watched Gray the other day, people. I've watched Gray the other day. Gray could be around 1 million years old. Andre Gray, the other day, Andre Gray can walk into Jamaica's national team. All right, walk into Jamaica's national team, and he's actually playing in the first division of Turkey. So Andre Gray is one of the highest level playing players in Jamaica's pool, and they told me 3 years ago that this guy is too old. Andre Gray is 34, but he's too old. So what people know about football not translating here, people. It's not translating. If you understand where I'm coming from, it's actually not translating. So all I have to say is the coach, I have no respect for him. Bless up Spinity. I don't think he's helping Jamaica at all. If Jamaica qualifies, it's just the players them that did their job. And I just, if Jamaica qualify, I'm giving the coach them all, the players them all the credit. You get me? I'm not giving the coach no credit at all. Not even a minute, a second, period. All right? Because I think he's making it difficult for others to maximize their talent. All right? Marlon Nelson, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. JD, you know, here the coach said the players have to have attitude. What are the other standards? They have sense. So they have sense to move in the right position because they're educated. You understand me? So they're not going to do stupid things. They're not going to run up and down like a headless chicken. That everybody can just lead in a position and exploit you there. You understand me? So it is very sad, people. It's very sad. And I'm just hoping that they make the World Cup. They make the World Cup and they should fire him. But obviously he's doing what Mr. Speed them want, so they're not going to fire him. But in order for Jamaica to have any growth, they have to move on from this coach and move on from this narrative going on and exercise their whole pool. All right. When I'm looking at Suriname, when I'm looking at Curacao, when I'm looking at Haiti, all of them trying their best to get up to the quality standard. So that means the next time when they meet United States or Mexico, they can punish one of them. You understand me? It's not going to be any walk around. All right? JD, I wouldn't select for the national team presently, okay? He's a pawn, so how can they blame? No, that's why I said, Juras, they can't blame him, they can't fire him because he's doing what they want. Because obviously, if the person, the puppet master, came out and did the same thing, people would have gotten rid of him a long time. So they needed to put the white figure to push around with the education. You understand me? So JD, we already have one old man playing striker, so we should invest in another one. Brain cell is something hard to come in and determine. All right. Yes. So if someone have brain cell and actually get his job done, I'm going to take them. So determine in a your sensible world, which you're in America. So I expect it to be a sensible world. Obviously, America can be nonsensical from time to time, but put it that America is one of the first world countries. So because I'm 34 and you're 26, so hold on, let me look at it. You're going to take Zion Williams over 40-year-old LeBron James? I don't like LeBron James because I think he's overhyped. Yes, that's my take, right? But you're going to take Zion Williams, that is around 2 years old, over LeBron James? I think a lot of people would take the 40-year-old man. You know why? Because the 40-year-old man would get his job done. So focus on getting a job done rather than selling xenophobic narratives. All right? Big up yourself, Jairus. All right? You can't follow up on that because the fact is to get your job done. The fact is to get a job done, period. Nothing else. You get the job done, the man that can get the job done. So let me ask you a question. Why Kara Gomrak never bought Cephas? Never bought Dixon? They bought Andre Gray. He wasn't there from before, but they bought him to come and play at a high level. Why? Because they never think like you. And they never think like Jamaica. That's why they never go for the young kid. They say, okay, I need to stay up here. Who can score goal? Who have the education to get me the job done? Andre Gray, cheap enough to get him. All right, sign up Andre Gray. And he comes in and get the job done. Cephas was in a 3-division lower level league. They got relegated further and further. Why Andre Gray and Daniel Johnson keep on improving and improving. So that's where fantasy and reality hits the head, and reality always wins out, people. All right. And I've come to the end of the period where I know it's going to get mad, which is 45 minutes. I have 1 more minute to go, people. But based on what I've just said, it's all facts. But people will still try to argue something that is factual. So I can't win. Yeah, why Andre Gray not getting called? Yeah, because he was too old, low. Andre Gray have better games for Jamaica than worse games for Jamaica. All right? He has better games for Jamaica than worse games for Jamaica, and maybe more goals contribution from a lot, more than a lot of people that have triple times the amount of games that he got over time. All right? No, truth or truth, I'm just explaining something. Cephas plays striker. Cephas plays striker 7 times consecutive. Truth or truth. Andre Gray plays striker as well. So they don't play different position. Cephas literally plays striker for the club because he couldn't get onto the wing because he was making so much errors. Because I watched all the games them last year. All of them last year. Big boss. Remember good. Remember good. Truth or truth. Remember good. All right? It's me you're talking to, and that's why I make sure to spend time, that extra set of minutes, to watch football. Cephas play strikers a lot of time. A lot of time. All right. Yes. Yeah, so, lovely people. Okay. JD, from the current squad, who would you have add in the midfield? Daniel Johnson would be added in the midfield 100%, because what upon you don't have a true 6 there, right? And you have half 6s and quarter 6s. So what you would have done, the best retainer of the football, you would have put around there with him and then make a full 6. That's what I would try to do. But obviously they're going to try it in a different way. I thought that Lambert got railroaded as well. I thought that Lambert should have been in this team, but because they never gave him any game, they can't prove what he could do. All right. Blessings, one love. Thanks for being here. Do you think it is their agent not selling the local born players, or it's 100% of their talent and potential? I am okay. You watch the players and play football, and you know that half of these players are not better than 10-year-olds and 12-year-olds in different countries. And when I came here last year, because you guys need to hold me accountable for these things, When I told you about the guy named Mora from Mexico, and I said, you guys told me that, the coach never liked Bowser last year. That's what you guys told me, I'm going to show you how you guys are wicked. This guy is the best young player in the region, and he's 16 years old. He is the best young player, and he's 16 years old. 1 year after I told you that he took Bowser's game. Now they're trying to put him in a position to fit him on the field. And he's at the current World Cup U20s as well. You understand me? So clearly what you guys are seeing, the rest of the world don't see it. So turn the TV off and turn on a world TV, because that now work. It only work in a Jamaican space. Nobody to see it. At this point, this guy already reached 3.5 million. He already passed Bowser in quality, in valuation, and he's 16 years old. He just won the Gold Cup as well. He just won the Gold Cup as a starter. A 16-year-old player as a starter. All right, so that means it's not the coach did bad mind Bowser and never liked Bowser. It's your ego. So when I started that Jamaica's problem is not players. Jamaica's problem is their pride and full-time ego. Because the truth will be in front of them, and they sidestep everything and just don't face the facts and then kill time. So when you should use that time to improve, you're stuck in denial. You understand me? That's what the difference is. Because if someone took my word from last year as solid, maybe you could say, oh, I'm just not better than this guy. I need to start work on this and that. No, but you maybe have people telling you that, oh, the coach don't like you. So what you start to do, you don't want to improve because you see nothing to improve on, because it's just the coach don't like you. So people, sometimes you need to listen, comprehend properly, and then work on that after, or else you're gonna have serious problems in your life. That's how the world works. All right, so credit to that kid, because I saw him balling out right throughout every competition in the world. Mexican League, Gold Cup, World Cup, everywhere he's balling out. And I can tell you that striker, left winger, central midfield, attacking midfield, on the bench, no weapon planet Earth. Bozen are better than him. Or nobody when me see play on Jamaica team no better than him. You understand me? And it's just the facts. You get me? So JD, you hear anything on Lloyd Kelly at Juventus? No, 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 no. But I had to stamp that point in so you could get to see that sometimes I'm just telling the truth, but you are some factual things. You don't take it up, and then later on when the big stars them come out, you want to make up some more stories. You just live in denial, people. We just live in denial, people. But as what I've said, the midfield, this video was for the coach and Dujuan Richards. So I'm gonna make it finish here. I've done 4 minutes over my normal time. All right. So people, want to take care of yourself, take care of your mental health, and respect and thanks for all the people that have rational conversations, because that's what I'm looking for on the internet. Nowadays. All right, so take care of yourself. All right, and we will talk next time, maybe tomorrow. I think not tomorrow because I have an interview tomorrow. And maybe I can do it tomorrow or next day, because what I'm going to do, people, I'm going to bring maybe the press officer for Curacao. I'm going to bring somebody from Curacao. And on my next channel, I will try to get the press officer for Suriname as well. So I will bring some people in good positions that can explain football to you. So you can learn. You can learn more from the other countries. But I will do it over the Wemaxit. But if I'm doing the Curacao one, I will bring him over here so you guys can ask the questions and everything. But I think I'm gonna get them in either today to tomorrow to Friday, because later I'm gonna do Nigeria. I've not gotten any Nigeria video in because I was busy and with the family. I took time for that. All right. Yes. Learn more from people who now do better than we. Truth or truth, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you doing, truth or truth? I don't know. All right. Well, truth or truth, this is my platform, and my platform is a Concacaf platform. So I'm gonna bring on more Concacaf members so you can learn something. All right. Yes, or just stay in the house or read a book. All right. So yeah, before the game, take a minute, and recite. Sometimes I am telling the truth. I know you work to tell the truth all the time. No, 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 no. Sometimes I'm telling the truth, because clearly when they think that I'm not telling the truth, I can't. They are not going to research anything to know if I'm telling the truth or not. Yeah. But JD, you working better than the JFF YouTubers. Don't worry yourself. That I am a Concacaf and a high level YouTuber, so that shouldn't be even a competition. I don't see any competition with any person in those classes. No, no, no. I never believed that they are on my level ever. That was just from me from day one. Sure, but oh, you put it like a beer done said fan you have. I never put it like that. Truth or truth. I just said people. I can bring forward more people from other places, so maybe they can reason, and then maybe other people can get some information. That's it. So everything that you're saying is you saying it out of your brain cells, not me. All right. Yes. All right. So take care, people. Take care. See you in the next one, and smash the like button. Bye.